guys and gals. This is Rachel, the Modern Shaman, and I'm here to answer some of your questions that you sent to me. It's question and answer time. So let's just jump in and we'll take it from there. Here is the question for today. Rachel, can you talk about bipolar and how this is understood from a higher spiritual perspective? Okay, bipolar. So if you're not familiar with that, it's a psychiatric term for, having extreme polar reactions to things. So manic depression and then very high highs, very low lows. So I will talk about it, and I'm also just going to center in for a second and get quiet and ask Spirit to speak very clearly through me what they want to say from that higher perspective. So hang on a second. Okay. So first off, we live in a bipolar experience. This earth is part of an experiment in duality. We live dual lives, meaning in this 3D earth, part of what we as a collective grouping in humanity are part of is understanding and expanding through contrast, through duality, through polar extremes. So you are not alone, first and foremost. And those of you that have been diagnosed with this psychiatric term of bipolar disorder, in my opinion, are a little blessed, because you can experience the extremes and transfer and transform energy from extremes into the middle ground. That's essentially what we're all doing, trying to come from two polar, stretched, dualistic points of view into the middle, balanced, null space. All of humanity is trying to do that, and at some point we're in different areas on the teeter-totter, on the seesaw, or on the pendulum swing, or whatever you want to call it, between those two forces. But the positive within the bipolar emotional body is that you're able to swing it. You're able to flip the coin. And when you flip it, you fully flip it. So what I love about that is that genuinely, it may seem crazy, but when you're in a really down place, those of you that can swing to the other extreme can do so in a very believably, very true, genuine fashion. And you really transform that energy from negativity to complete positivity. So transforming that energy in such an extreme state is very powerful for the rest of humanity to be able to learn from that. So because we are all connected, if you're not aware of this, anytime that you energetically transform an issue, you're working through something, you are transforming it for the whole. You're making it easier and adding more and more light and understanding and expression into those issues, so that from now on, anyone in humanity that tunes into that same vibrational issue will find it easier to get out of that or to work through that issue, because you yourself have transformed that energy. And this works on, the macro and the micro. It goes both ways, for the single person and the grouping as a whole consciousness as humanity. So I realize that's a little esoteric, but from a spiritual perspective, there's nothing wrong here. And I stole that from a friend of mine. James, I stole that from you because you always remind me of that. And obviously I remember it. It's very powerful to remember that, that there is nothing wrong here, that having a bipolar swing in the emotional body allows the transformation of extreme energies, which is part of what we're all doing here on this planet, is trying to find balance with that. So it's a good thing when you can flip it really quickly. It's a good thing when you can go into the depths and then go to the heights. I realize it's probably a perceived more difficult route to take, meaning if you've been diagnosed with bipolar, that may seem like a harder life to live, to be at such extremes. But I would look at it differently. I would look at it like a Superman role, that you took on the height and the depth for all of humankind. Literally, you did not skirt the issue. You jumped right in, and not only did you want to experience life on a dualistic planet, but man, you wanted to experience dualistic life and polaric experiences and expression. So you are kind of the superheroes trying to transform the extreme in energy and the extreme in emotional states. So bravo. We are all grateful to you for playing that part within humanity. Love you.